Intel Success Story: How it is changing the world. Intel is a company that's been changing the world for over 50 years, and they're not slowing down. Intel has been committed to using its expertise to help make technology work better for everyone, from consumers to companies to governments, since they started, and they're looking forward to doing even more in the future. But what is their success story? Find out all about it in this video. So, let's begin with the question, what is Intel? Intel Corporation, commonly known as Intel and stylized as Intel in lowercase, is an American multinational corporation and technology company headquartered in Santa Clara, California. It is the world's second largest and second highest valued semiconductor chip maker based on revenue, after being overtaken by Samsung, and is the inventor of the x86 series of microprocessors, the CPUs found in most personal computers. Intel also makes motherboard chipsets, network interface controllers and integrated circuits, flash memory, graphics chips, embedded processors, and other devices related to communications and computing. Intel's early days. In the beginning, Intel was just a small startup, but thanks to the vision of its founders and the strong team they brought together, Intel has grown into one of the world's most valuable companies. Intel Corporation is the world's largest semiconductor chip maker and was founded in 1968 by Gordon Moore and Robert Noyce in Mountain View, California, and it moved to Santa Clara, California in 1974. The name Intel is an acronym for Integrated Electronics. Intel's first product was the 3101 Static Random Access Memory, or SRAM. Then came Intel 4004 microprocessor, which was created by Noyce and Ted Hoff. The first version of this processor was released in 1971 with 2,300 transistors. This tiny chip could perform 40 instructions per second, which may not sound like much now, but at the time, it was an incredible feat of engineering. This unit was also the first commercially produced microprocessor. In 1979, Intel released its 8088 microprocessor, which had 20,000 transistors and ran at a clock speed of 5 to 16 megahertz, a massive improvement over previous models. Intel has continued to innovate since its inception, developing chipsets for servers and laptops, as well as CPUs for smartphones and tablets. The company has also been involved in many other areas of electronics besides computer chips. They developed memory sticks for cameras, invented flash memory cards, created solid-state drives, SSDs, that are faster than traditional hard drives, and they were one of the first companies to offer wireless networks for homes. Products and market history. Intel Corporation is a world-renowned tech that started out making semiconductors and shifted its focus to microprocessors in the late 1970s. Today, they have become one of the most influential companies in the world, with over 121,000 employees worldwide and annual revenue that exceeds $73 billion. Intel's best-known products include laptops, desktops, servers, and data centers. But the company has also made significant contributions to consumer electronics such as smartphones, tablets, and wearables. Intel creates processors, which are small chips that are used in computers and other electronic devices to process information and perform calculations. Intel's processors are found in almost every computer, smartphone, tablet, and other devices that aren't controlled by a camera, or microphone. Many large companies around the world also use Intel's processors to help them run their businesses. For example, many banks use Intel's processors to keep track of their customers' accounts. Intel's processors are also used for data centers. These are large warehouses where companies store all of their information so it can be accessed anywhere in the world. This helps businesses save money on things like electricity because they don't have to have servers running 24/7 at each office location, as well as on-site backups for each employee who wants access to company data outside of work hours. How has Intel maintained its position? Intel Corporation's success can be attributed to its ability to adapt to market changes, such as the rise in digital computing and mobile devices. The company has also invested heavily in research and development programs that have resulted in new technologies that are now used throughout the world. For example, when smartphones started gaining popularity in 2007, Intel began developing processors specifically for those devices. Intel's history is marked by many technological achievements, including being the first company to mass-produce the microprocessor in 1971, which led to the creation of the personal computer industry. The company also has a long history of innovation in fabrication technologies, from the development of flash memory to its work on 3D X-point memory. But Intel faces serious competition, too, from companies like Samsung and AMD. Both companies can compete with Intel on price. Intel's main advantage is that it has a strong brand name and reputation for quality, but both Samsung and AMD have been able to compete on price with their respective products. What makes Intel so successful? Intel's success can be attributed to several things. Their ability to adapt. As technology advances, so does Intel. They have been able to keep up with technological changes and provide new products that meet consumer needs. Their focus on research. Intel invests heavily in research and development for new technologies. This allows them to stay ahead of their competitors and create new innovations that can't be found anywhere else. Customer service. Intel makes sure their customers are satisfied with every purchase they make by providing support through phone calls or email messages if necessary. Intel's carbon footprint. Keeping the carbon emissions of the year 2020 as a base, Intel intends to reduce emissions by 10% by 2030 and to zero by 2040. Intel's efforts have helped them become more sustainable, but they're not done yet. They plan on continuing their efforts to reduce the amount of energy they use and increase the amount of renewable energy they use in order to be even more sustainable in the future. What is the future like for Intel? The future of Intel Corporation is looking bright. Their current stock price is $31.22. The company has been able to keep a steady stock price by growing revenue and increasing profits year after year. This can be attributed to their new R&D department, which has been working on developing new technologies for the past 10 years. The biggest development from an R&D perspective is their new artificial intelligence technology that allows computers to think as humans do. This will allow computers to think more like people and solve problems in a way that humans cannot currently do on their own. Intel is also taking on some of the biggest problems facing humanity today, including climate change, food waste, and poverty. The company is collaborating with researchers around the world to develop new technologies that can help us address these issues. That's it for today. We hope you found our video interesting. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and share it with others. Also, If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channel. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our new uploads. In the end, thanks for watching, and see you next time.